America. It exists in Italy. In America, it's called La Cosa Nostra, means this thing of ours. Similar organizations, but if you take an oath to be a made member of La Cosa Nostra here, you're not automatically made in the Mafia, and vice versa. When they came over here from Italy, we were courteous to them, obviously, we were respectful, but we didn't share our secrets. Two different organizations. And my dad was the underboss, very powerful position. In that life, you have a boss, underboss, capo regime, or captain, and a soldier. Many of you have seen The Godfather. There is a position called consigliere. Robert Duvall played that role, played it brilliantly, I might add. But in The Godfather, it was fictional, because in order to be a sworn, made member of that life and take the oath, and you do take an oath, your father must be Italian. Mom can be of another descent, but your dad must be Italian. And my dad, in terms of law enforcement investigation, media attention, very, very high profile, always under investigation, always a major target of law enforcement, kind of like the John Gotti of his day. I'm sure many of you heard of John. And I grew up a lot differently, I'll assume, than everybody in this room. I grew up hating the police, hated the government, hated law enforcement. Hated them. And not because my dad taught me that way. He didn't teach me that way. He was smart. He taught me to respect the law. It was really because of what I witnessed as a kid growing up, my whole life. Law enforcement tactics, techniques against organized crime, very different back then than they are today. Today everything's very covert. Undercover informants, high-tech surveillance equipment. Today, a guy can be under investigation, not really know about it until it's too late. Back then, in my day, when he was under investigation, they wanted him to know about it. And for a period of about 10 years, when I was a kid growing up in Brooklyn and then Long Island, my dad was under investigation from 7 or 8 different agencies. FBI, IRS, Queens Detective, Brooklyn DA, you name it, they were on him. Every one of these agencies had a car parked around my house with 2 agents in it, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Okay, I was one of 7 kids. They had us cornered on all sides. Whenever we as a family would leave to go anywhere, we had a parade of law enforcement vehicles following us. Everybody knew when we were coming into town. And I witnessed some things that were kind of unpleasant, rough detail. Every once in a while, the agents got a little out of hand. They do things that weren't too nice. I remember one day I'm playing ball in the street, 10 years old. Kid throws a ball, goes over my head. We lived on kind of an incline. It rolls down to where the 2 agents are sitting in their car. One guy gets out of the car, big burly guy, right? And he stops the ball with his foot. And I get close to him, I approach him, I look at him and I said, "Sir, can I have my ball back, please?" And he looks at me and he pulls his jacket aside and he had a gun in there. He said, "This is for your old man one day." Scary stuff when you're 10 years old, you know? Another night we're going into a restaurant, having a bite to eat. Okay, we sit down at the table, 7 kids, my mom and dad. They used to file in, sit at the table behind us, watch us eat. This one particular night, an agent got a little out of hand, passed by my table, made a nasty remark to my dad. Oh, he didn't like that. You don't disrespect my father, especially in front of his family. Dad jumped up, went right after the agent. The agent got scared. I mean, I had to hold him back. My dad was a tough guy. The agent pulled out his gun. He got so scared. I remember my dad saying, "Go ahead, I'll drop you before you get off your first shot." Nice stuff when you're eating, right? Me and my brother jumping between them, we pulled them apart, everybody's screaming. You know, normal stuff you do when you're a kid. And so I didn't like them very much back then. But I want to make this go. I want you to understand the mentality that I grew up in.